Oh my, what is happening here again? No, we haven't gone back in time. We're not back to the point where we're rebuilding this thing. I guess now we are rebuilding this thing. Apparently it takes about a year for the corners you cut to start showing up. Went to fire this thing up a week or two ago, and I was getting a lot of smoke out of these left side pipes. Misfiring like crazy on cylinder 1. So I opened up the carb, the bowl, and the air cut valve, kind of the same way I did when I first built the bike, and it was misfiring on number 1. That should have told me right then and there that, you know, the carbs were not 100% clean, things were not 100% right, but, you know, at that point I was just wanting to get it going again, get it back on the road, so that's what I did. But it came back to haunt me. I think part of the cause of it this time around is that the fuel tank was pretty much clean for the most part, but the sending unit for the fuel level gauge, I didn't realize it had a piece on it that was rusting. It was clean when I put it in there, but I guess it didn't have any coating on it to keep it from rusting. So every time the tank wasn't 100% full, it would rust, and then eventually pass that through to the carburetors. So they're back off again, and it's time to be cleaned. So here they're all stripped down in individual little bins. And then the new addition to the little workshop here is this thing, 22-liter ultrasonic cleaner. We're gonna see what kind of job this thing does with them. I haven't unracked the bodies. I really don't feel like doing that again. I don't think that's gonna be necessary. Basically got the throttles zip tied open, and every piece that can come out has been taken out. Obviously, only the air cut valve from number 1 is out. I mean, look at the inside of that. I should have known when that went back together that was an issue. It really seems like cylinder 1 is the only one that was giving me trouble. So hopefully the fact that that's the only one I can get the air cut valve out of is good. Because you see, every other air cut valve is stuck in between carburetors. Anyway, let's get this going. Now, for the most part, these cleaners will do a very good job with nothing more than water and maybe a bit of dish soap in there. But I am going to make a little blend here to try do a better job. I don't know. Some people say Pine Sol is great. Other people say you're wasting your time. But whatever. I'm going to throw about a liter in there. Maybe a little bit of CLR just to soften up any rust that might be on the outer bodies. And a bit of dish soap. I also want to point out that it's pretty much accepted that these do a very good job cleaning the internals of the carburetor, but I mean, just look at the external here. This one has been through a 20-minute cycle, this one is not. This one was cleaned pretty well by hand and spent, you know, about 1,100 kilometers on the road. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but I mean, there's a significant difference there. All right, so the internals of cylinder 2 are in there now. And I think I changed it up a little bit here. I'm gonna alter my plan. The first run in there did such a good job that I decided to drain the solution out of there because it was quite dirty and refill it again with this time just straight water and a bit of dish soap. I think the first cycle really got the bulk of it out of there, so we'll go a little lighter here. I think I'm gonna run another 20-minute cycle with the bodies inside. And then whenever I swap out the internals from cylinder 2, I'll probably take the bodies right out of there. I'll just run one more cycle with the internals from cylinder 3 and 4 in one short run. All right, so away we go. So I think that's it for the bodies. It'll just be one more run now to get the rest of the internals for the next 2 cylinders. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Kind of glad I finally pulled the trigger and bought one of these. I'm sure it's going to come in handy, but hopefully not to be dunking these things in here every few months. Anyway, hopefully we'll have another video with this thing up and running again. Hopefully a little longer term than last time too.